Hi, I'm Linda and I am originally from Kenya. I have been living and working here in Germany since I moved back in 2011. Back then, as a young adult, I decided to make this life-altering decision to move to a different country, experience a different culture, learn a new language, and that is why I made the move to Germany. And since then, I have had just the most amazing experiences. I've learned so much, I've gone through a lot, and I would love to share the real story of moving, of settling, and of finding my place here in Germany. As a young adult, I was looking to find different opportunities. I was looking to experience something new, and I was young, no obligations, no responsibilities. So moving to a different country, moving to a different continent did not entail much. I just needed to pack up my clothes, and basically that was my whole life. And I moved to Germany. So that is basically why I decided, like, after my high school, after finishing high school, I had I took a year off before joining campus, and I decided to try and find and define what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And during that time, I decided to learn a different language. I started with trying out French, which was so difficult for me. So I decided to learn German. And I know you're thinking, what, German is so difficult, and it is. But I found it a bit easy to learn at the beginning stages. So that is why I ended up taking German, and I actually succeeded in learning the language. And back then I decided to move to Germany to even learn the language better. So basically that is why I moved to Germany. To be honest, it was a huge culture shock. It was nothing like I expected. It was just completely different. I remember the weather, the language, the way of doing things, the people, all of those things took such a long time to get used to. It was so strange, so different. And I moved to Germany back in 2011, like I mentioned, in February, and I moved to Munich, which is known for experiencing very cold winters. So you can imagine, from Kenya, from Africa, where we have relatively mild weather throughout the year, this was I literally wanted to get onto the next flight and go back home. But I got used to it over time. Of course, I prefer summer to winter, but yes. And I remember another thing that was so strange was just hearing German everywhere I went, and everything being in German. I don't know what like, thinking back on it, I don't know what I expected. Like, being in Germany, of course everything is going to be in German, but it was just so strange for me. And yeah, so I remember that very distinctly. When you make the move, when you make the decision to move to a different country, to a different place where they have a different culture, and you decide to live there and experience that way of life, it's not just about changing locations, but it is also about the process of integrating into that culture, changing you as a person. It's very gradual, this change, but it does happen. So that is one of the major things that I have noticed. And as an immigrant here in Germany, I have learned resilience. I have learned patience, a lot of patience. And I have also learned how to trust myself. I've gained a lot of self-trust because, like I said, you just have to figure out things and find your way. You celebrate the small wins, especially at the beginning. Like, I remember every time I understood like a joke in German, I just, like, I had a little party within me, because sometimes it was so difficult to even just follow conversations. In German, speak really fast, and then all of a sudden people would be laughing or smiling, and you're thinking, or what also used to happen a lot was that we would be talking about something and someone would say, make a comment, and I would want to, like, or someone would make a joke and I would want to say something based on that, like to add on that. But before I like piece together the German words or of that joke that I want to make, like the conversation has already moved on to something else. So that was always quite frustrating and disappointing, but with time you get used to it. Trust me, you will feel lost a lot of the times at the beginning, but this is quite normal. Nothing to get panicked about, nothing to get scared about or worried about. It's quite normal. It takes time to settle in, to find your way, and to get used to the swing of things. So just give yourself time and be kind with yourself. That, I think, is the most important thing. And I will be sharing migration tips, daily life experiences, and dual citizenship, and how to get that. And if you are interested in a similar journey, or if you are thinking about taking a similar step, or know anyone who is thinking about moving, migrating to a different country, stay tuned and make sure to follow and share. Thank you so much for being here.